She makes like video content of old games, like
I'm sorry,
Juggernaut.
baby.
If you're gonna have these conversations, can you please let me know?
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
They're being insanely loud.
I am. I'm sorry. I was too loud, guys.
I gotta feel in trouble.
I'm sorry. My wife wants to go to sleep. I'm sorry, guys.
Welcome to the show. It is Sunday, the 29th of March, 2026. I'll just say this up front. Please bear with me today, because today is the first day, as I just stated, I have my air conditioner installed and it's running. And basically, I need to get used to having it running because I haven't had it going since the fall. And back then, I didn't have my current setup. I didn't have the dual monitors. I didn't have the air and the fans in this position. I didn't have the background music playing, which I can hear, but it's a lot different now that I have all these fans and air conditioner going. So today I'm going to have to basically kind of adapt. It's going to be hard for me to judge volume levels and the like. I hope that you guys will give me feedback if things aren't sounding right or if things are off. I would definitely need your help today to adjust and figure all of that out, okay? So you might be saying, wait a minute. Your air conditioning. Phil, it's March. It just turned early spring. Why in the heck would you have air conditioning? Do you live in the Florida Everglades? And of course, the answer is no. I live in the Pacific Northwest of the United States. I live in Washington State. So why would I need air conditioning? Well, check this out. On Friday, I had my big return to Crimson Desert, which we're going to talk about today on the show for the record, because I think some people would like to know what, my actual opinion is after having returned to it for a couple of hours after a week away. So anyway, I'm playing Crimson Desert right here, and outside, it is 59 degrees Fahrenheit, and it is sunny, pure sun, no clouds in the sky. Okay, in fact, I went out there with my wife. We went for a walk around the neighborhood to feed the local wildlife, etc. It was beautiful. It was actually kind of cool. So I was like, oh, this is great weather, okay? But the problem is, and I've explained this many times, this studio faces where the sun is in the afternoon. So if it's not a cloudy day, or if it's not a day that's at least partial clouds, the sun is beating on this wall all afternoon. It makes this room heat up by about 20 degrees compared to what the temperature is outside. Now, in addition to all of that, since I've now done all of my studio upgrades, and I now have dual monitors sitting in front of me, I have 2 high-end PCs, I've got all this crazy of lighting and everything on me, okay? The room already is about 10 degrees hotter than the rest of the house, all right? Now factor in the sun. So I was sitting here playing Crimson Desert on Friday, and I'm not even kidding or exaggerating, I wish I was. It was 90 degrees Fahrenheit in this room. So I was sitting here sweating, trying to play this game. Luckily, I wore lighter clothing on Friday, and I was able to do it without having any kind of adverse effect. But that's certainly not the situation you want to be in as a creator, sitting in 90-degree temperatures with pretty much no ventilation whatsoever. Even with the window wide open, it's still too stuffy in here because of the sun, okay? So, that being said, I was like, it's only early spring, and it's 90 degrees in this studio. I have to do something about it. And so I took action, and I bought the stuff I needed to install my air conditioner. And as of this morning, it's installed, thankfully, and it's already working well. I can already tell you the room is around 73, 74, and I'm just going to keep it at this temperature always. I'll always have that air conditioner set, so it'll turn on when I need it. Now, the catch is, when it turns on, obviously that's a lot of air pushing, and it makes the room feel different. It actually makes it harder for me to hear things like the sound effects or the background music, and it's probably going to make it harder for me to hear when I'm watching and reacting to trailers and stuff today. So this is something new. I haven't had this happen in my setup yet, right? But I got to adapt to it. And this air conditioner is going to be in from now until like the fall. So I've got to get used to it. So please bear with me. You may have a few days here where the volume seems off or I'm not hearing stuff or reacting the same way. there might be a little bit of frustration with the equipment, trying to get it working. You know, it was hilarious. Here's the remote control for the air conditioner, right? And I'm staring at it, and I'm like, so what's what? There's a button here that shows air conditioner, but there's also a button that shows fan strength, but then there's 3 other buttons that show fan strength, but then there's an up and down. Like, what does it do? So I'm sitting here trying to figure it out again. Is it, you know, I only used this air conditioner for a few months. If you remember last year, my AC died. It was one that I had had over a decade, and it actually broke, and I had to buy a new one really quick, which I did, and luckily the one that I bought is pretty good. But now I got to remember how to get it to work again. So I know that this is not riveting news, but I do have to talk about it, because if I don't, then if something goes wrong with the setup, or if all of a sudden, you know, I can't hear something or whatever, and everyone's like, oh, why are all the volume levels off? This is why, and I would need your feedback in that regard to know what's going on. So please let me know today how everything sounds, looks, if anything's off, all right? I would definitely want to get that feedback. Cool? Okay, let's start off today with some shout-outs. We already have a couple of contributions. We start off today with Lance Catamaran gifting a sub over on Kick, and that's our first Kick support of the day. Thank you, Lance. I appreciate that. We got a couple super chats today. We start off with 666 Obsession, who did a 11,900 COP super chat. I have no clue what currency COP is. Let's take a look. It is Colombian pesos. That is the equivalent of $3.24. So a weird amount, but thank you. And by the way, they spelled their name that way. That's why I know that that's not how you really spell Obsession, but that's how they spelled it. So that's how I'm putting it on the leaderboard. And they said, how you doing? Hope you enjoyed your day off. I actually did. It's actually good thing you brought it up. Unlike last week, if you remember, last week I had 2 days off. And I said, man, last week just didn't feel very, very relaxing, refreshing, or much like time off, simply because I had so much to do. You know, I had one day where I had a ton of appointments and stuff I was running around doing, and the other day I had to do my taxes. Yesterday, I got a relaxing day home with my wife. It was quiet. It was just laid back. We got to get some good food. So we got some Indian food together for dinner, which was delicious. We ended up getting curry and biryani rice. We spent a lot of time with Jasper Kitty, played with him, watched some stuff together. It was just a very laid back, big recuperation day. And I really liked it. All right. So this was like the complete polar opposite of last week. I'm very happy that I got the opportunity to relax the way that I did, because, man, I really needed it, to be honest. You know, not really having any relaxation last week, getting some this week was very much appreciated. So thank you for asking, and thank you for your support there, 666 Obsession. Beef Supreme did a $2 super chat. And I apologize in advance, again, having the air conditioner on, first time in a year. I may be coughing. You know what I mean? Like, my body has to get used to it again, having this thing constantly pumping air into the room. My apologies. I already just coughed once. Beef Supreme with a $2 super chat says, good day, sire. Hola to everyone from the beef. Thank you to the beef for $2. Thank you. Thank you. It is exactly. It's allergy season. It's starting up. And sadly, I hate to say it, I know I'm probably going to have some issues with my sinuses and stuff, you know, coming up. And there's nothing I can do about that. I just got to get used to it. I have allergy medication. What's it called? Zyrtec or whatever? I have it. No, Zyrtec is the stomach stuff. Zantac? Starts with a Z. I have it if I need to take it. We'll see how today goes. First tip of the week is a $5 tip that just came in. Let's take a look here. And play an animation. Let's see what this person has to say. Hold on one second. Tips. Get this open for the week. There we go. So, this person says, are you ever going to get around to playing the Disney afternoon